Bridget Election. I'm a family life and mental health practitioner. I'm also a John C. Maxwell speaker, teacher, and trainer. And today I'll be talking about bad behavior in children. Okay, I'm a mother of 3 children, and so starting with my own children, I'll say yes, while they were growing up, now I have all teenagers, and while they were growing up, one of those things I could see that, okay, they exhibit, and which I also exhibited as a child, was, refusing to listen to instructions. A lot of children don't want to do what they're told. That is one. And then others are, lying, stealing, taking other people's things, and then throwing tantrums, and then aggression towards other children. A lot of children have been seen, maybe in school, biting, fighting, and hitting other children. Those are bad behaviors that I've seen young children exhibit. And so many children exhibit that. So it depends on what is happening to them. But basically, refusal to do what they are being told is one of the bad behavior that I've seen. Okay? Okay? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. When you see a child that is having, tantrums, sometimes it's a child looking for attention. So it might be that the parents have a role to play in the sense that they don't have time for them. Maybe they just had a newborn baby. Maybe something happened and they want attention. They want comfort. They want to be cuddled. So that would be a parent's fault to an extent. But then there are some others that are not really a parent's fault. Yes, maybe lying might be a parent's fault. You have such a high expectation of the child, and the child might end up lying because they want to tell you what you want to hear, or they are afraid that when they tell you the truth, you punish them. That is a parent's fault. But sometimes children will just pick up habits from nowhere. They've seen some other person do it, and it's not necessarily the parents. Like a child that is frustrated and wants to bite another child or wants to hit another child. Sometimes the parents are not aggressive at home. Sometimes the parents are aggressive. So it depends. Children will exhibit, such behavior as they deem fit for them. Because sometimes some of these tantrums, some of the behaviors, bad behaviors that they exhibit is not caused by their parents. Sometimes it's just them trying to express themselves, okay? So sometimes it's their parents, and that's why I've said if they see an aggressive parent, sometimes they might take that aggression as they notice their parents maybe hit on their mom, hit on them, they might do the same thing to others. But sometimes it's not about the parents. So I will say here that sometimes parents are rarely part of what will make the children to exhibit such bad behavior. The truth is, children will be children. Okay? They will exhibit bad character traits. They will do things that you think are bad. But at the same time, how do you help them? You correct by talking to the child, especially if the child can understand what you're saying. You talk to the child peacefully. Look at them eyeball to eyeball. Look at them and say, you know what, this behavior is not acceptable. And you talk to them and be consistent in talking. Or another thing you can do is let them know, if you are of good behavior, I will reward you. And if you are of bad behavior, you will get disciplined. And both of you agree and talk. So if you're going to do something right, what will be your reward? The child will tell you, Mommy, this is what I want. If I do something good, you buy me biscuits, or you make me watch my favorite cartoon for some time, more than the normal time you give. Or this is what you do. Then if you do something wrong, what do I do to you? So one, make sure you let the child know that it's okay to tell you the truth. Because that's why some of them lie, because they know when they tell you the truth, you punish them. So it's not punishment. You need to discipline. You need to discipline them. And so they will choose the ways to discipline them. And they are age-appropriate discipline. So most times I tell parents, if a child is, say, 3-4 years, you don't punish the child for 30 minutes. If he's 3 years old, know their temperament first of all. And then as you correct them, if you know their temperament, if this child is an extrovert and the child wants to stay around people and you say, go and sit in your room for the next 3 minutes, that will be like a long time. 3 minutes will be like forever. So that is you disciplining the child. So you give the child options to choose. This is what I will do to you if you exhibit this bad behavior that we've agreed. Any behavior that we've both agreed is a bad behavior. You need to talk to them. You need to let them know what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. So when you are consistent in correcting wrong behavior, they'll begin to do right. When you are consistent in talking to them about the things that they do, they'll begin to do right. The truth actually is, as parents, we need to know what they see us do is what they will do. If you say don't shout and you keep shouting, they will shout. If you say don't scream at your brother, don't hit your brother, and you keep hitting them, they will hit their siblings or hit others. So you need to model right. We start with ourselves. So what you can do better is by anything you want to correct in the child, you do it first. When they see you consistently do something right, they will do right. So if you want a child to be kind, you be kind first. When they see you exhibit kindness to others, you're kind to their father or their mother, you're kind to people around you, and then you talk, well to people. You approach people and you greet them well, or you talk to them in a good manner. The children will learn. And once they see you do right, they will do right. So we must know that as parents, we can do better by modeling right. When you model right, the children will model right. So please ensure that you are involved in the life of your children and do better. Then for couples going through drama in their homes, please don't involve your children in your squabbles, in your quarreling, because it will give them anxiety. And sometimes that's why they throw tantrums and they do things. Because now, by the time you're quarreling with their father or their mother and you're making it their issue, or they'll start thinking, am I the reason why my father is quarreling? Am I the reason why they're fighting? Are they going to get a divorce? Am I a bad kid? Are they, so it will give them anxiety and they will tend to misbehave and exhibit those behaviors you don't want. So please help them model right behavior, teach them. And if you are truly going through stress, let them understand that Daddy and Mommy are having normal couples fight. It does not concern you, and try not to make them part of it. So when you do that, you'll be able to help them so that they are not anxious and they are not feeling bad that they are the cause of your drama, and then they start misbehaving. Okay, so help them to do right by you modeling right, and then by you having consistent talk with them. If you are having drama at home, let them know, but give them what they should know, not just dump things on them. Okay, sometimes it's not even necessary that they know. Keep your squabble and your quarreling and your fighting with your spouse to yourself and treat the children right. Okay? Oh my God. Really? Okay, there are books out there. A lot of books out there that you can read. For people of faith, you have maybe your Bible, your Quran, or any book that your faith believes in. You can learn from those books and you can get some things. But the truth is, by observing your children, because they don't come with manual. They are not gadgets that will come with manual and you have to check, oh, this is how this person is. I have 3 children. 3 of them have 3 different temperaments, 3 different love languages. So you need to know who you have as a child. You need to know how you can help them, and then you need to go for courses, you need to go for training, upgrade your knowledge, do better, learn about your child by observation, learn about them in terms of their temperament, their love language, and then look for books. There are a lot of books out there written by Nigerians, written by foreigners. If you go to Google and search on books, you will see, and there's so much information you can gain from. And then if you have organizations that they maybe organize seminars, they organize other events. When it pertains to children, please attend. There's no knowledge that is lost. I've had to, even as a coach and a trainer, I've had to attend a lot of seminars to know how to deal with my children better. Because now they are teenagers. They are no longer toddlers. They are no longer children you will just talk to. Now they have a mind of their own. I need to understand how the teenager brain works. So I have been upgrading. So also my husband. So you need to do better. There's rarely, so many books out there. Go check, look at it, and then learn and help your child to scale up in behaving properly. First of all, you have to be a team as a husband and a wife before you start parenting. Be a team and agree, because the truth is children can be manipulative. Very, very manipulative. And if you are not a team and you don't agree together on how to deal, they will manipulate both of you. So agree. So when it's time to discipline, have a chain of command. Have a chain of command. And if you know that you are the kind of parent that gets upset angrily, and you get upset and you can angrily, discipline or punish, now not even discipline, punish them and harm them, then don't be the one to discipline them. Look for the other parent that is more reserved or will not met out punishment or the discipline in such a way where the child will be physically injured. So agree as a team. And if your spouse, is now saying, I want to discipline this child, and the other person is saying no, give yourselves a break. Take a break. Don't argue in front of the child. Don't make it seem as if you are both fighting, because the child will be having a ball. You won't correct him. You both will start fighting, and at the end of the day, you do not achieve anything. So don't do that. Don't do that. Try and be on the same team with your spouse. Whatever your husband agrees on as discipline, you can go and beg later. You say, okay, this is what your father has said. I agree with him. This is what your mother has said. I agree with her. But then when you walk in, you can just say, please, honey, or whatever you call your spouse, excuse me, go into a room and agree again and come and be on the same page. That way you will help the children. So when they see you fight, when they see you argue, they will have a field day. And they will, at the end of the day, your parenting will not be effective. So you need to know how to manage this. It starts by being a team. It starts by agreeing on reward and discipline system. It starts by both of you saying who will talk to the child. If it involves things that you know that you can handle, let the other person that can handle it. Okay? So agree beforehand. And then when you talk to the child, you are both on the same page. If you're listening to me, you're a child, you can actually cultivate good habits by observing the good habits of your parents or of any adult around you, or even other children. You go to school and you see somebody doing good, learn what is good. So parents need to model right behavior, because it actually starts with us. So when they see us behave right, we teach them values, they will be able to do right, and they will be able, at the end of the day, to learn good habits. So if you're a child and you're listening to me, listen good. If you see anybody doing well, please try and pay attention. Listen to what the person is saying. And at the end of it, try and take in these good things that you've seen. Do it well and do it right. When you do that, you'll be able to learn good behavior. Pick what is good and leave what is bad behind. So if you see values, somebody being kind, learn how to be kind. If you see your mother talking well to people, learn how to do that as well. And so for parents, please set ground rules. Teach these children values so that they can grow and learn. They are ready to learn. Teach them responsibilities so that when they learn these responsibilities, they'll be able to, bring out what is good in them. You can teach them to do right. And you as a child, please learn what is right and do what is right. Don't emulate what is bad. Always emulate what is good and keep doing good. When you do that, you'll find out that you exhibit more of good behavior and good character than you going to the extreme and doing something bad. So I hope you've learned something today as a parent and even as a child. Thank you, and bye from now. This is Bidede Leshin saying thank you so much.